All right, I guess first things first, let's just start off with your name and your position in the company.
Anton Rosandik, Chief Operating Officer.
Cool. And you work for Alchemy?
Yes.
Cool. Can you give me an idea what a COO does?
So a CEO oversees all of operations. So basically what you're doing is tying together all of the different roles in the company. From an operations perspective, it's in an insurance agency, it's all the folks that are doing the sales and marketing, that are doing the input, the day-to-day work. It oversees IT, you oversee legal, sales. You work with the CFO to make sure accounting is working with ops. So it's a pretty wide variety of tasks.
Cool. What is the best thing about your job as CEO or so? Yeah.
Well, this is unique because it is kind of a startup. You know, we put it together about 3 years ago where we put together 7 entities, and now we've bought another 30. So what's unique about it and what's cool about it is the ability to bring additional entities together, to integrate them, and to grow the operation.
Okay. So after we started up as a startup, you guys started out with 7 entities and then just bought more.
Right. So it was it was a little different in the sense that it's kind of a startup and it's kind of not. It's a startup because the 7 came together to form Alchemy. But they were operational, but you had to put them together and then refocus them on growing.
All right. What is the most challenging part of your job?
That part right there. So that's the most interesting part is the growth, but the most challenging is trying to put together all these pieces because we're constantly growing. So you're constantly adding people, you're constantly adding entities, and they're all different. You try to find common themes in terms of the people that you buy, but everything is new and different generally for a while, and so that presents a challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Where did you go to school and what did you study?
So I went to UCLA as an undergrad. I was a poli-sci major, and then I went to USC for law school.
And then, what was the original company you were, or what was your original line of business before you got into insurance?
So I worked for a big law firm when I got out of law school, and I did that. I was a lawyer, a practicing lawyer for about 10 years.
All right. Don't mind me asking, what was your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
No, I don't. I think, I think most of what you learn in life is from failures. So I don't know that there's a biggest one, but there, you run across them all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually, where you learn to refine what you do, and the next time you correct it and you do a better job of it. And I think, it's interesting because I started an insurance company and also had some of the issues that I have today, which is the integration and the growth and growing quickly and not putting the pieces together. And I think that's where we had some major stumbles. We overcame them, but that's where I learned the importance of making sure that you don't just grow like crazy without thinking in advance of where you want to be and what you want to do.
Did you guys have to overcome any challenges during COVID specifically?
I think, I think COVID presented, one was a perception problem, which is we thought the world would come to an end, right? So we thought, oh my gosh, everything's gonna come to a grinding halt, and our business is gonna drop off 35%, and we're gonna have to lay people off, and things will be very difficult. And as it turns out, insurance is something that is counter-cyclical to the economy, to the events. People need insurance, so whether there was COVID or not, you needed to have it for your house, your car, your business. So that we learned, that was one of the things that perception was a big issue. The other issue that COVID brought was the hybrid working model. That's very difficult. It used to be everybody was in the office. Now people want to stay at home or they want a hybrid, and that's a real challenge.
Going on that, how hard has it been to get people back in the office?
Depending on who they are, it's virtually impossible, because the problem that you face is that your competitors are willing to let people stay at home. So if you don't adjust and offer that flexibility, the people will leave.
Yeah. All right. What is your biggest strength in alchemy?
I think people. You know, I think we have just fantastic people, particularly at the higher levels. Great people to work with, thoughtful, hardworking. That is, I think, our greatest strength. And then littered across the organization, I think we just found really good people. Our motto is like, kind, quality in terms of the agencies we buy, so that we found good people.
What is the most important part of your job?
I think the most important part is to prioritize and think about the path forward and keep focused on that. You know, and that is not get caught up in the weeds of the day to day, but understand where you want to be and how you're going to get there. And I think that's the critical portion of it.
What is the greatest achievement of your career?
I don't know. I think every stage has been a great achievement in the sense that I've learned something. So I would say, you know, and every one of them's had failures and successes, and I've learned from them. So I think, you know, alchemy kind of is a crowning achievement right now, right? It's a combination of everything I've done, and hopefully learned and refined to make it better. And so I think that's probably it right now.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Finn.
Thank you.